Hello, and welcome back again to Off the Shelf Book Talk with Book Lovers. Elizabeth Nelson here with Kay Johnson to talk about some more fun books we've read recently. So what is new, Kay?
I want to talk about your fun new glasses.
I'll talk about my glasses first.
Yeah, let's talk about your glasses. Because this is cool because I was out for dinner one night with some friends. And my friend Dave Wegscheid said, Kay, are those kind of glasses you can change the look? And I'm like, I had no idea what he was even talking about. And then I get your text.
Yes, so this is what he meant.
Yeah, you can
They're
change
so
the
fun.
look of your glasses
these
for
are
like really quite a modest price.
Yeah, yep. So they're from, the company's called Pear Eyewear. And it was on Shark Tank. So I found them on, I found them on TikTok. Because somebody I follow on one of the book people I follow had a code. So you could get 15% off your purchase if you put this code in. And I thought it was kind of fun. So it's like $60, I think, for the base pair.
And those are single lens. They're not bifocals.
Well, I think you can get bifocals.
They're hard
too,
to do, though. To get them.
Yeah, I don't have bifocals yet.
No.
I'll get them eventually, I'm sure. But so there, and then the cover frames, which just magnetic on and just clip into place, are like $25 usually each. And I have a pair that are sunglass ones too. Which I just got them in the mail yesterday, but my son thinks they're the coolest thing in the world. He keeps popping them on and off my face, which is fine, but I feel like he's eventually going to do it and like scratch me in the face or like punch me in the nose or something. So I really like them. I think it's fun. I ordered a Halloween pair that are going to come. They're black with little skull and crossbones on them. I have a pair also that I ordered that have little coffee beans on them because I like coffee, but I really wish that they have like ones with music notes and different things, but I wish they had some that had books on them. So I'm hoping, they have Harry Potter ones, but they don't have them for this shape. So I'm like, I told my husband that and he's like, you don't need Hufflepuff glasses. And I said, yes, I do. I do. But yeah, they're fun. I've been wearing glasses a lot more, especially it's just easier kind of with getting up with the boys and sometimes reading. It's just easier without contacts.
I just think they're incredibly cool.
They
so
are
when
fun.
you told me about it, I thought, oh, I know what Dave was talking about now. So I actually sent him your video and said, Dave, remember when we had dinner and you asked me about this? Because he thought that's what these were.
Oh, yeah.
But these popped off, and they don't. I wish they did, though.
When I know what to get. But yeah, they're fun. So,
well, it's really cool if you've ever had to buy prescription sunglasses, they're more costly than just regular glasses. So if you can get them for $25 with a magnetic attach, what are they called?
The what? They're just frames.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're really lightweight.
Magnetic
but
frames.
It's kind of, well, I'm going to pull them out because Alex thought this was fun. So since they're magnetic, you can just sort of stack them.
Oh, you can
just stack up. So when some of the videos they were doing on TikTok, they had just kept stacking them. So you'd have people that were like way out with this.
How many options are there?
There's a lot. There's like 9 or 10 different frame options, and then tons of cover frames. There's sparkles. They have Harry Potter. They have, I think one of the new ones they did are like Sesame Street.
Okay.
But they have for kids, for adults.
Oh, they're very cool.
I love glass. I needed glasses very badly. The beating my previous ones were taking from my 9-month-old was kind of brutal.
Yeah.
So,
time for a new one.
Yeah, but what have you been reading?
Well, I have to admit it's been kind of light pickings. I've had to really hunt to find things to read. In fact, I downloaded Agatha Christie and Mary Roberts Reinhardt to read for the 400th time.
There's nothing wrong with rereading.
But I'm actually kind of excited. Today I got an email. I belong to a whole bunch of different discount book sites.
Yeah.
And one of these had Ellen Hildebrand's books discounted. Yeah. And they had Golden Girl for $7.99, which is their big summer one.
Okay.
But there was one I had never read before called Barefoot. And I now downloaded that for $2.99. And it's about 3 women who are going to Nantucket, and one has been trying to get pregnant for a long time, going through treatments, for
IVF.
Yep. Gets pregnant, only to find out her husband's having an affair. And then one of the other women has some kind of health issue. And I don't know what the deal is with the third one, but they somehow meet and...
They all come together on a summer in Nantucket.
Yes, that's pretty much it. So
as people do.
Yes, as people do. And once I'm done with the affair of the mutilated mink,
yes,
then I can take on Barefoot by Ellen Hildebrand.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I do have Agatha Christie and Mary Roberts Reinhardt in the wings in case I'm desperate.
Well, nice.
You just never know, though.
Yes.
So how about you, Betsy?
Well, I've been a little light on the reading for myself, mostly because I had kind of a really bad migraine episode. And when you do that, I know I'm really sick with those when, like, you can't look at your phone. You don't want to look at a book. The TV can't come on and you're just like, no, I need no other stimulation, especially when you have a 5-year-old who's willing to explain things to you where you don't have to look at them. Like, he was like, let me tell you all about my video game. If you can't watch it, I will act it out for you what Mario is doing. And he literally went and put his Mario costume on and would act out for me what happened that I couldn't watch him playing this video game. But so I did spend some time. We've been reading some older classics with him. So we went through and we read Winnie the Pooh, the original book. We read those to him. He thought that was interesting. And we've also, right now, we're reading through Charlotte's Web. He's not too sure about Charlotte's Web. He doesn't understand how a spider can spell some pig or what some pig means in Charlotte's Web.
I have to say that I was never really a fan of Charlotte's Web.
The only I don't think I've ever read the book previously, and it's kind of funny because I'm not reading it to him personally, but Tom is reading it to him at night, and I'm in the bedroom across the way putting Archie to sleep. So Tom's actually reading to everybody at night because you can hear everything where the bedrooms are. So Tom is reading everybody Charlotte's Web right now. And the only interaction I have with it is the movie. There was a cartoon movie that Becca and I used to have growing up that we'd watch, and I remember the rat going to the fair, and he ate all the food at the state fair, and I can just remember there was a song Charlotte sings in that movie about Mother Earth and Father Time, and I just remember being so sad, because it's right as she's, sorry, spoiler alert, the movie's been out forever, so if you don't know how the book ends, right before she's going to die, she's singing this song, and I remember thinking, it's so sad. Well, yeah, they're going to kill the pig at the beginning.
I know.
You can't get much worse than that. But
so why is it called a children's book?
I don't know. It's the same. Lord of the Flies is a children's book. That was written for kids.
That is the worst book ever.
There's worse books than Lord of the Flies.
What is worse than...
Have you read some of the free books on Kindle Unlimited?
Yeah, I have actually, but...
They're a little worse than Lord of the Flies.
No. What's the name of that kid, Pigsty? Is that the kid in...
Piggy.
Well, I knew it had something to do with pig.
There's a pig theme here. We got Charlotte's Web and Lord of the Flies.
We're talking about Babe now?
No Babe. I don't even know. I haven't seen the original. I've only seen Babe in the City, I think. We didn't watch a lot. There's a lot of, I don't remember watching a lot of the movies with the animals in it, mostly because anytime you're going to watch anything or read anything with animals in it, something terrible happens within the first 20 pages.
It's like Nicky, Wild Dog of the North. No, bad Disney movie.
Well, just like, I remember Tom asking me, did you ever read Where the Fern Grows? That's got dachshunds in it. And I was like, nothing good is going to happen in a book with a boy and 2 dogs. It's just like Old Yeller.
Oh, and Big Red.
Well, I remember I think it's an episode of Friends. Phoebe had never actually seen the end of Old Yeller. Her mom stopped it and was like, Old Yeller got better and lived forever. And she's like, this is not how this ended. And they have to break it to her that it's not true.
It's a horrible movie.
Yeah. But, so reading through Charlotte, it's kind of fun reading. Alex is starting preschool, so he's been wanting to read a lot more. So he's ready for school. So we've actually picked up, there was a new Little Blue Truck book that came out called Going to School with Little Blue Truck. And so that one he's very going to school. Even though he's not going on the school bus. He wants to learn about the school bus. So
he might at some point, Betsy.
Well, not right now he's not, because that's a little too much change for him, I think, at once. Mom would be fine with it, but... We got to get there. We want him to actually go to school and not to be like his mother who didn't want to go to school. So
his mother who went to school one day and said, "Okay, I've done that. Now I'm going to stay home."
That'd be fine. It would have been just fine, but it's not. So he really enjoyed. I think he liked Winnie the Pooh. It was he kept asking where the pictures were.
Oh, it wasn't like the original drawings?
Well, it is the original drawings, but it's not like, Little Blue Truck or some of those other books where it's mostly picture books with words. So that's been kind of interesting to do that with him and have him growing up that way. So, and Archie just wants to chew on the books at this point still. So
well, that works too.
He doesn't care. He thinks that Alex likes to, since he has some books that are like memorized because we've read them to him so much, he likes to sit down with those and pretend to read to Archie, which is kind of cute to watch.
Yeah. So. Have you ever read the books by Robert Galbraith?
J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
No.
They're actually, I was sort of hostile. I'm sort of hostile about J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Harry Potter, I just thought she banked a lot from that series, and then it was like she needed more limelight, so she came back with those mysterious beasts or whatever it was. And
yeah. Well, she's in a lot of trouble right now with a lot of people, so because of her personal views.
Yes, that's right.
So.
But she's written 5 Robert Galbraith books, and they're actually quite good, except...
The Cuckoo's Calling is the first one, I think.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
But each one gets progressively darker. And so I quit after book 2.
I quit?
Well, yeah. I don't like...
You can only take so much dark.
Well, yeah, and these I don't do a lot of... I mean, I like my murders straight up.
Yeah.
Slit the throat, hang him in the closet, push him down the steps, poison him.
Yeah.
Shoot him. I'm good with all those. But I don't need any of this weird stuff, with psychopaths and sociopaths and nope.
No serial killers for you?
Oh, I don't do serial killers in any way, shape, or form. Jack the Ripper is about the only one.
You fall back into that English time period.
Yeah, because I like Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
But I wouldn't embrace Ted Bundy.
Well, nobody should embrace Ted Bundy.
No.
We're just going to bypass Bundy.
Yeah, so...
He's had his limelight. He's done.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I've read. And there's an author named Beth Myers who does a lot of... Or Byers. Beth Byers.
Okay.
She does a lot of books. And she's got a whole bunch of different series. They're all Kindle Unlimited.
Okay.
And she has one that's got Violet in it and her twin, Victor. And they're all married and they have all these friends and they're all rich. And they do things like...
is in these books.
They do things like, let's rent a yacht and be gone, or let's rent a house for the weekend, or let's go buy houses next door to each other.
Gee, that'd be nice.
And they always find bodies, and they have to solve these. And her husband, Jack, and his best friend who married her best friend used to be part of Scotland Yard, but they quit to form kind of their own agency.
Okay.
And I think I just finished reading book number 30.
Okay.
And the next, they're like out every month. It's like an ongoing series. They're not real long. They're like 150, 60 pages.
Okay.
And the next one is Murder on Girls' Night Out. And that'll be out, I think it's like October maybe. But they're kind of fun.
Okay.
I think they're only available on Amazon.
Okay.
But I like the characters but you sort of wonder, 30 books, how much more can these people do? But of course they've had babies, they've gotten married, they've had breakdowns, they've written books. Victor and Violet were her father's first children. Then the mother died and he remarried this monster who they hated, and she shipped them off somewhere. Okay. And so when they left home, they had to support themselves. They started writing these mystery novels under a pen name.
Yeah.
And so they lived in some nasty place and attempted to do things right and write these books, and they were doing really quite well. And then their aunt was murdered, who left them a ton of money.
Okay.
So then they became rich and no longer, well, they still write the books. They just don't live in crummy quarters.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that all these people in books have so many rich niece, aunts and uncles and grandparents and surprise brothers, nephew that leaves them all this money.
And stepsisters.
Yes.
No aunt has ever left me any money, and I hope you don't think this aunt's going to be leaving you money.
That's okay. No, leave me your book collection. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll call it good.
Well, the way I give them away, I mean, the way I'm always handing them off to the library for their book sale or to the animal shelter for their book sale.
Yeah. Well, and the
Yes.
library's book sale is coming up here September 17th, 18th.
Yeah.
For the,
Well, by
Arts
when
and
this
Crafts
airs,
Fair.
so it'll be.
yeah, it might be after. If
Yeah.
we're after, we apologize. But, even if it is before, if you do go and you show your library card, you get a surprise. That was
Yes.
on their Facebook page.
And not
You
only
get like
that,
a gift or a free book or
Free
something.
book.
Yes.
And also, if you miss the book sale, you can always go inside the library, and they have the bargain table, and the books there. They make like $600 a month
Yeah.
from the Friends of the Library with their bargain table.
Well, and if you go up to Dassel, because right now the Dassel Library is still just by appointment for coming in, because they're a very small library space. They actually put a couple different carts of books outside
How'd you doing that when they were closed?
yeah, so that you can either, and they say, you can either take them or you can make a donation if you so choose. So
Yeah,
that's
I think
nice.
it's really a great
But-
thing because Mary Hankey is the treasurer of the Friends, and she said the book sale made $1,800
Wow.
in 2019, which was the last year they had it. And in case people want to know where that money goes, it goes to do things like the community read, One Book, One Community. It pays for author visits, new equipment for the library, computers, all that kinds of stuff. And so buy at the bargain table.
And there's always really good. There's
And they're always
some-
in really
there's
good
always,
shape.
I always think it's really interesting when you go, and even if you go to like a thrift store, it's interesting to see what kind of books people all donate. Because I remember one time going through, and I swear there were like 20 copies of A Purpose-Driven Life.
Oh, yeah, and the 7 Habits of Highly Successful
Yes.
People.
It's always fun. You can always kind of tell when books have cycled through. Either somebody's done a study, like a Bible study at a church or some kind of a book club, and you find like 4 or 5 copies of the same book, and you can tell. Or like somebody's cleaned out their kids' books, because
Yes.
you'll find a whole bunch of like boxcar children, or like I remember when I can't find them anymore, but R.L. Stine used to have a series called Fear Street, which were like it's like Goosebumps but geared towards teenagers. So they were
Okay.
like everybody was in high school, and they were like slasher books. So somebody was killing off somebody on a street in the town that Fear Street, where the bad things happened. So it's always interesting to me to go and look at. There was one time somebody had, I think it was years ago when I went to the book sale, but all of the works of L. Ron Hubbard were there. So I was like, somebody quit Scientology apparently in
Yes.
town.
You know, it is.
And donated all their books.
I do think
But-
it's interesting because there's always, like if you go to Goodwill, there's like a ton of popular fiction. Like there'll be a ton of John Grisham. There'll be a ton of Patterson. You know, you can really
Yeah.
see what people are reading. And popular fiction is popular.
Well, kind of following my little slasher type, horror type books, so Goodreads does giveaways where you can enter to win a copy of a
Maybe
free
you should
book.
tell people what Goodreads is if they're not.
So Goodreads is an application you can get on your smartphone, or it's a website too, and I believe it's owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's a way to track kind of your reading goals for the year or what you've read, especially if you're like me and can buy the same book 4 times because it has 4 different covers.
Yes.
And you just like the author, so you buy it again thinking it's a new book, and then you get 3 chapters into it and realize you've read it, which I have done several times. So it's a way to track books, but Goodreads does these giveaways where you can go, and it's usually for books that haven't come out yet, and you can enter to win a free copy of either like a actual book or a digital copy or whatever. And I have entered to win books through here for probably the 4-5 years I've been on Goodreads, and I never win anything. And I finally won one.
Ooh.
And I was very excited when it showed up in the mail. And Alex looked at me and goes, "You ordered another book?" And I was like, "I didn't pay for this one. This one was free." But the author's name is Darcy Coates, and she's really, I think it's Coates. It's Coates, so I'm going to say Coates. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But she's really big on I've read a lot of her stuff on Kindle Unlimited. I think it's a she, might be a he. Nope, it's a she. We're good. So I got a copy of a book called The Haunting of Lee Harker, and this one actually came out for release on September 7th, so it's a fairly new book, but mine's still, the little sticker says it's an advanced reader copy, which makes me nerd out really bad because I'm a huge book nerd like that. But so it's about, it's a Lee Harker, okay, I'm just going to read it because it'll be easier than doing it that way. Sometimes the dead reach back. Lee Harker's quiet suburban home was her sanctuary for more than a decade until things abruptly changed. Curtains open by themselves, radios turn on and off, and a dark figure looms in the shadow of her bedroom door at night, watching her, waiting for her to finally let down her guard enough to fall asleep. Pushing her limits but unwilling to abandon her home, Lee struggles to find answers, but each step forces her towards something more terrifying than she ever imagined. A poisonous shadow seeps from the locked door beneath the stairs, and the hand rattles through the night, and fingernails scratch at the wood. Her home harbors dangerous secrets, and now that Lee is trapped within its walls, she fears she may never escape. Do you think you're safe? You're wrong.
Ooh.
So
I wouldn't read that one at night.
I have made the mistake of reading Darcy Coates at night, and I don't recommend it. I think they're really well-written books. They're usually really quick reads, especially if you're reading, like when you read them on your Kindle and you can just do the continuous scroll, you don't even know how long you're just pushing your phone up page after page after page. But they're always really quick reads. They're always, but every book I've read of hers is a horror genre. So, but that's okay with me because with October coming up, it's time for spooky reads anyway, though it might mean I'm not doing a lot of reading after dark.
Yeah,
for about a month. But
oh yeah, we'll have to focus on Halloween books.
Yes, we will.
That'll be fun. So
I know when I went to Barnes and Noble the other day, they've just started to put out their spooky read because they always have those special tables. Like right now they have for TikTok Book Talk, which a lot of people are talking about books, so they have those tables. And then right now they've got their, I don't know how much longer it goes on, but they had their book haul event where a lot of their books are 50% off.
Oh wow, okay.
So I've been kept away from Barnes and Noble because of that point. But so there'll be a lot more spooky books out. And we have wrapped up all of our time for this week.
Wow. So we'll have to talk about Salem's Lot next time?
Oh, I think we talked about Salem's Lot the first time we did scary books. But we will talk about, so we can talk about Salem's Lot. You can talk about a lot. We could probably do an entire episode on Stephen King if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And his family. But
yeah, that's true.
They all write horror books. But we are going to wrap it up for this time. You can reach out to us on Facebook or our email at offtheshelfbooktalk@gmail.com. And we will see you next time. Have a great day.